Hey everyone, welcome to this lesson. So in this one, we're going to talk about the concept of loops and what are they and how do they actually work. Now, one of the things I want you to think about is when it comes to loops, loops are pretty much how a single or every actual program works. Because if you think about it, when we write code, we write from top to bottom, and when we run the code, this is something that we've done on Replit multiple times. It runs the code from top to bottom, and then the program is essentially finished. But the idea with the loop is that you can actually use a loop function to check for something constantly and essentially run a program that does certain things and check for certain things constantly. And, loops are actually pretty much another important, very important aspect of Python programming alongside if and else statements. So the idea with a loop, as I said, is that you can create a very simple code that runs a certain command multiple times until it checks out. And even if it does, it just continues running and checking for the same condition. So if you think about if and else statements, and if you remember, one of the things we would do is that we would check for certain conditions, and if those conditions would apply, something would happen and we would move forward to the next code block essentially, right? But with a loop, you actually do the certain thing or certain command in a loop constantly, no matter what is going on in the program. So that is like one of the benefits of the loops, and that's why they're such an important part of any program really. So in Python, the way we create loops is using for and in indicators or functions. The way it works in this particular video, since we're introducing you to the loops, I'm going to just use a very simple method to just explain it. But as you see, we go down, you're going to see how loops are used and how you can actually create really interesting stuff with them. So for this in particular example, as you see, we got a list at the top. In this case, it is this b equals a bunch of names, right? And what is happening is that we're saying with this loop statement, we're saying is that for a, and a again is a new variable that we defined, right? In b, essentially we're checking b, right? And we're saying that is that command, this is the command that is going to go after the loop statement, is going to print a. So essentially what is happening here, if you think about it, is that we're making a new variable and checking b, and we're running this code print a every time until we reach the end of this list. Essentially we're saying is that define a, which is going to be a value of b, and then b has three values, right? 1, 2, 3. And this code, the print a, is going to run 3 times and print 3 names. So again, as you see, this is a loop in a sense that it runs this every time until we're at the end of this b value. I know this can be a little bit confusing to understand, but it's just like one of the things that you want to put to practice, and as we go down, you will see it in practice more and more. But again, we got the original variable, which is b, and then we have a new variable, which is a, and again, a is something we define and say, hey, print this, and go through every item in the list. Now, keep in mind that loops are used for a lot of different things, not only lists, and you will see their use cases as we go down this section. But I just wanted to point that out. This is how a loop function works. Another thing that you want to remember is that keep in mind that a loop function is an indented function. So meaning that it's not going to be as the same line as the for, it's going to be indented. So indentation is very important, because if you actually print this and then go back and print a again in a different line, in the same line as for, it's actually going to have a different value, which we will explore. So let's go here and let's actually create a list. I'm going to call this numbers, or let's just call this numbers. All right, so we're going to create a list, and we're going to have let's say few numbers in there. We're going to say, for example, 88, 82, let's just have a couple of numbers. All right, so we got a list of numbers. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a loop statement here. I'm going to say for, and again, keep in mind the first variable after for, it is the new one that you're defining. So I'm just going to say number. That's very, very important. Number, not numbers. All right. So again, it is really about how you define it. There's no particular rule for this, like what you actually use. But for example, because I'm trying to put a number out of this number list, I'm going to name it number. Essentially, that's what I'm doing in numbers. See? So that's basically what we're doing here. And if I actually, add a colon and then go to the next line, what is happening is that it automatically indents me. If I print this, let's actually print, and we're going to say number. We're going to print the number. And what is going to happen is that it is going to essentially print all of these numbers in a list. See, so essentially what happened was that this for loop went through this variable and picked up every single value, because it's a loop. It's repeating this over and over and over, and picked up every value and displayed it and printed it. And I can even get more creative. Again, you can pretty much use anything you want here. You can even use if statements here, which we will talk about later on. Just like that, that's how a loop works. Now, again, I want you to just take some time to understand this concept, because what I want you to do is understand that this is a pretty complicated concept as well, and I want us to go into it step by step in really, really small steps. So just remember, just practice a little bit, create a loop for yourself. You can use you can use actual values. For example, you can use names. I'm going to say maybe I'm going to use Sean. We're going to add like maybe some names here, and there we go. We're just going to add some names here, and if I actually print this again, we're going to get names. So just like that. And again, we can get really creative with this, and we're going to say, for example, my name is, here we go. There you go. So now we just run this statement multiple times. See guys, again, you can get really creative with this, but I want to just make sure that you understand the concept of loops before we go anywhere else. So download the resource. I'm going to leave a link in the description. In the resource section, you can actually access the PDF file that I just used to describe the loops, and also try to practice this one a little bit for yourself, to just kind of get an idea of how loops work and kind of get yourself comfortable with this and syntax and everything. So just put it to use and just make some basic loops for yourself, so we can move forward. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. If not, I'll see you in the next one.